Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Vincent Tsung, the Wandering Warrior, and today I just want to share some footage that I captured while I was out in Zuun. Lavell Marshall, also known as American Hangai, brought me and two others out to train here in Zoom with Coach Uhantu. Now, you'll notice the other two foreigners are Ross Duncan and Daniel Calindris, my boy. If you know them, if you don't, now you know. Uh, you can see there's a big difference between how we're wrestling and how the Mongolians are wrestling. Um, Foreign wrestlers, in this case, much stiffer and less knowledgeable about the gripping. Mongolian wrestlers far more fluid, far more fluent, and far more relaxed, more able to express their skills. You'll also notice that while we're doing Shuai Jiao, or 中国式 Shuai Jiao, so-called Chinese wrestling, a lot of them are actually doing belt wrestling. That's because later in November they have the 12th National Ethnic Games of China, and that's for the ethnic minorities and their various folk uh, sports. They're going to be doing belt wrestling, which is pretty awesome. As I recall, many of them did quite well. Don't let their size fool you. I know a bunch of these guys are on the smaller, skinnier side, but former national champions. Yes, it's a dusty little mat in a dusty little town, but that's where champions are made. For me, I began formally training wrestling or Shuai Jiao as of 2020. Obviously, the pandemic caused some interruptions, injuries caused some interruptions, but I kept at it as much as I could. And in 2023, that is last year, at least as far as the making of this video, I went to Inner Mongolia for the first time, competed in the local Nadams, got my ass kicked, went back last year for winter training, uh, and then did a little better this past summer, and now I'm back for competitions and training this winter as well. Now, I'm not gonna lie, there were some complications this time around as far as getting consistent training, but I'll talk about that later. Uh, it really struck me this time around when I was in Jumsun how much I've improved, how far I've come since 2020 when I began Shuai Jiao. And yet at the same time, the levels to this game and how much further I have to go. There's so much to this. Wrestling is tough, and getting extremely good at wrestling is extremely tough. You just gotta keep going, never give up, keep at it, and keep putting yourself in environments that are gonna make you grow in the way you wanna grow. And that's what we're doing here today. So you get to see some sparring footage in a moment between me and a local wrestler, and then I'll get into my time training with Coach Uhantu and the folks in Jumsum. Okay, now if while you're watching me spar here, you're cheering for me, I appreciate it. Smash that like button, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. And if you're not cheering for me, screw you. Smash that like button anyways. Share, subscribe. Man, you know what to do. Anyways, I'm wrestling. And there it is. I hope you guys enjoyed watching my sparring round. Uh, there's a lot of little things to unpack from that, and I am definitely taking some notes on it. You guys can judge it how you want to. Regardless, um, I'm not shy about this. I'm here to learn. So afterwards, I went to Coach Uhantu, and good thing I know some Mongolian terms and speak Mandarin. So I started asking him questions, and he started teaching us. And I'm glad I did. This guy is very generous with his time. He didn't have to come out here to teach us, but he did, and you know, he showed us a lot. He showed us a lot, and I'm very grateful. So this first day, Coach Ohantu brought me, Daniel Colindres, and Ross Duncan through a variety of grip fighting methods and how to use those to chain into various techniques, especially leg seizing type techniques. It was awesome. There are certain things that I hadn't seen before,
Did you see
and
it?
even for the stuff that I had seen before, there are certain nuances that I was
Mm,
unaware of. Uh, I don't know how much mileage the other two guys got out of it, but for me, I was blown away not only by his generosity in
mm-hmm,
almost giving like a semi-private lesson,
mm,
but just the depth, all the little details. Now, the second day, I specifically requested to learn the ins and outs of the hook, or the in Mongolian, it's called the he. The he is the Chinese, and this is the inside leg hook. Man, this guy took us through how to grip, how to move people, how to loosen your body up properly to be able to pull this technique off properly, how to do this same technique in several different ways with different flavors, different tactics, and how to use this technique to chain into other techniques. It really goes to show just how fundamentally important the he is if you're doing Shuai Jiao and or Mongolian wrestling. Later on, Coach Uhantu and another wrestler, Suld, spent hours on me trying to kind of retrain my body to grip and move and fight in a better, more optimized way. Techniques I can always add and sharpen as far as throws and sweeps and so on. But the actual fight itself, the actual wrestling, the domination of another body, this is what they took me through. And they built me up with the ABCs, and I'm eternally grateful. And honestly, it was also a really good time. You'll see me and Sult later are playing with belt wrestling, and I got a couple of them once or twice, but I've got a long way to go, like I said. There were a lot of unforeseen complications this time around in this trip. I went to compete in the World Strikeout Games in Bouting City, as well as two other competitions. Those two other competitions was not able to participate or were canceled, and so that's that. And then obviously, I was looking forward to 4 weeks of training in Shuai Jiao and Mongolian wrestling, and I only got about a week's worth of training in total. I'm not going to tell you everything that happened, but what I will tell you, and all you need to know, is that the way in which the authorities ensured we did not get consistent training involved a lot of pressure and stress, and it makes me not too keen on going back anytime soon. I'm making adjustments in my life so that the journey will continue, and no matter what, I hold a great heart of gratitude for Lavell Marshall, Coach Uhantu, Sult, and to you guys. Yes, thank you for joining me on my journey. I salute yours. Peace.